Let's talk a little bit now about what families can do to help someone who's struggling with an addiction.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing is knowing that you can't force anybody to change. We are all responsible for our own actions and choices. And in fact, in something as isolating as addiction, the empowerment that can come from making our own choices and taking our own actions is part of the empowerment that is needed in those first and early days of the recovery and treatment process. So I always tell families the best thing they can do is learn ways to set healthy boundaries that do not challenge the connection with that person. Now, some boundaries may need to have more separation than others. Some may be, I can give you a meal, but I can't give you money. I can give you a ride, but I can't give you a place to stay. And so it's knowing where are you at and what are your resources that will not bleed you dry emotionally, financially, relationally, that still allow you to support that person. And the other thing I'll say that I think one of the most important parts is to make changes for yourself, because every relationship, whether we want to admit it or not, has contributed to the cycle of addiction. That does not mean, and I'll caveat this, that doesn't mean that you're responsible for their choices or their actions, but there's been something in the dynamic systemically that has impacted the addiction cycle. And so making change not only helps you deal with what maybe hurts and experiences you have, but it also, when we make a change, we force other people to change. And so if you say, I'm going to be making changes, you're welcome to come along with me. It's an opportunity for a boundary, because now we can say, hey, if you're not willing to make these changes, this has to be my boundary. If you're willing to make change with me and do this journey with me, then the relationship will look different.